So why choose to work with us? Well, we're accredited to the highest standards in complementary health. We have this very unique focus on hormones and nutrition. We address healthcare gaps. We work with stages of wellness, so there's no point putting someone into a detox if their macronutrients and their blood sugars aren't balanced. It's just you're going to cause more stress in the body. So we go through these stages. For example, one of my favorite examples is something like small intestine bacterial overgrowth or SIBO. Really common. It's really, really common. And if you find the right doctor, they might recommend antibiotics. And I've had people say, well, I had the antibiotics. I'm like, did you change your diet? And they're like, no, but I took probiotics. I'm like, hang on a minute. So you took antibiotics and didn't change your diet. So I want you to imagine that you have got nuclear fallout. Like we're talking Chernobyl in your gut, right? Like it's just toxic mass. And then you put some antibiotics in it. So you get the sort of digger and you try and clean it out, but you haven't actually, now you're just trying to grow seeds. You can't just do that. There has to be a process where we clean out the gut, we allow it to do some healing. We then start to repopulate that soil with all the good stuff, and then we can put the seeds in. Like the probiotics after the antibiotic. No, there has to be a process. Otherwise, that SIBO is just going to come back. We've got to stop the environment being right for it to grow in. And so a lot of people say, well, can I get the antibiotics? Can I do the SIBO breath test? And I go, there's no point right now. Because when we put the foundations in place by changing your diet, removing foods we're intolerant to, getting your blood sugars balanced, getting your stress hormones down, balancing out some of that estrogen dominance, guess what? We're stopping the environment being right for that SIBO in the first place. And a lot of times it will change. It might actually be the thing that makes it go. You might not need the breath test or the antibiotics further down the line. You might just have needed all those changes. It's only in stubborn cases where we go, yeah, it's time for that breath test. And yes, we're going to now get you hooked up with a prescriber so that you can get those antibiotics. That process is often what changes things. And this is why we're so passionate about these foundations of health, because they get so overlooked. Practitioners focus on mold or heavy metals or this, that, and the other, but they're often forgetting the foundations. And that's where we are so passionate. So the stages of wellness, this whole health approach we've taught you through, the lab test analysis. We have these independent registered nurses in our team. Our team are very experienced, and we also have all worked with a variety of disciplines. So the nutrition, we've got emotional techniques, the kinesiology comes into it. There's sort of a lot, some things like trauma therapies in some of our coaches, our practitioners. So there's this whole variety of disciplines that, depending on what you are going through, we can actually put you with the right practitioner.